Ladies and gentlemen, good day to you anywhere you're listening. Happy New Month, and this is the weekly outlook for the 4th to 8th of August 2025. Starting with the high impact news focused on the fundamental perspective from forestfactory.com. This is what we have for the week. Monday, 4th of August, we have CHF and Canadian dollar coming up, and CHF is 7:30 a.m. Nigerian time, coming up and focusing on CPI monthly by monthly. On the Tuesday, we have US dollar and NZD coming up, 3 p.m. Nigerian time for US dollar and 11:45 p.m. for NZD, which is the ISM Services PMI and employment change quarter by quarter on NZD. On Wednesday, we do not have any high impact news in the market, and that makes it a very good one. Market will be free from high impact news for that day. On the Thursday, 7th of August, we have dividend pounds coming up all through from 12 p.m., ranging from BOE monetary policy report to official bank rates, and 1:30 p.m. Nigerian time for the US dollar unemployment claims, which we had the forecast on 221k, and we do not actual right now. On the Friday, which is the last trading day of the week, we have Canadian dollar coming out on 1:30 p.m. Nigerian time, focusing on the employment change and unemployment rate. And these are the highlights for the week fundamental news. Now let's check quickly what we have from the technical perspective of the business. Starting from the weekly time frame analysis, before now we had the opportunity to see this price level on the XY weekly time frame to be on the weekly demand zone, and so far so well. We see how the price has reacted to that price level all through the week. We've seen how the price has pulled back from what we have for this week. So far so well. This is still doing very good. What we see here is an more of opportunity to see what we can do for the new week. And for we have to do that, let's check out what we have. We have this level, we have the zone marked out before now. And if you check the previous analysis we had, this is the level we have, and the price actually pulled out from here. And ever since, it was a massive one. So last week was not out of it. Last week was massive. We had a long bullish candlestick right there on the weekly perspective. On the daily, what are we looking at? On the daily time frame on Friday, US dollar was really weak and it closed just below the price level of Thursday. So with that outlook, therefore, we might experience a little bit of sell momentum into this price range right here, whereby we can have the price coming into this bullish fair value gap zone in the future. Market might just open into it just like this. We have something like this, just trade into it and keep bouncing, because on the weekly time frame perspective we are on the demand zone, so which means we can actually wait for more bullish momentum on the DXY at the end of the day. All right, on the 4 hour time frame perspective, let's see what we have. On the 4 hour time frame, it remains the same, except that if you want to see this from a little perspective from intraday opportunity, then we can expect it to do a bit more into this price range right here, whereby we can anticipate to see it doing more around this price level. So if that should be the case, that means we're not honoring the 4 hour time frame perspective, and this will be what we are looking at to regard in the market. And this is on 4 hour time frame perspective. And let's go quickly, let's see what we have on the 4 hour time frame, weekly time frame, daily time frame on Euro US dollar. Let's see the impact right there on US dollar. So right here on US dollar, we had the opportunity to see that the price is already at a very smooth level where we expect more bearish momentum, right? Because before now we've seen how the market has interacted with these zones, and what we're looking at right here, the next zone we'll be looking for a bullish momentum will be at a demand zone such like this, where it can has the high probability of holding the price. So ideally, with this outlook, therefore, we might see the price actually doing a sell overall into this price range in the future. But that aside, let's see what we have on the daily time frame perspective on Euro US dollar. Now, the last candlestick we saw on Euro US dollar was a very bullish one on the daily, and that really means we have bullish momentum, and that's fantastic. And when we look at that from this perspective, before the price break out the previous low we had there is an opportunity to trade into a fair value gap zone, which is a bearish one above the price level right here. We can actually still have something like this in the market. We can actually still have something like this over time. So far so well. What's wrong with this guy? So far so well. We can have something like this where the price will trade into this price range. That is one. Secondly, the price can actually come and trade into this range by invalidating that entire fair value gap zone, the price can actually still come into here and trade off from there. So that is also very, very possible depending on the strength and the fundamental that we surround this in the course of the week. But for me, this is what I'm expecting to see on the Euro US dollar daily time frame perspective. On the 4 hour time frame perspective, it's not a major difference. I'll still be expecting a little bit of buy momentum before I see that sell. All right, on a lower time frame, I could be looking for targeting this price level here before I now anticipate more bearish momentum. But then basically on the 4 hour time frame, like I said, let's just keep it simple. This is what I'm looking at on the high time frame perspective. This is what I'm looking at. So if I have to go with that 4 hour time frame, I will just have to align with what I've done on the higher time frame perspective. Okay, so look at the bigger picture of the 4 hour time frame. This is what I'm looking at. All right, before now, this is the daily weekly time frame, weekly demand zone that we saw, right, where we tapped out from. So well, this is what I'm saying. Anyways, that's the price. So I can just do something like this to make it a little bit complete. So this will be what I'm looking at in the market at the end of the day. So this is the outlook on the Euro US dollar from my own side. And let's see what we have on Great Britain pounds USD. Great Britain pounds US dollar weekly time frame perspective. What are we seeing the market doing? Well, so far so well. Let me take out these guys. So far so well. The price is actually doing something like this, whereby at the point that I was expecting the price to get here, but it has not gotten there till now. And so far, so well. What is the price really doing? All right. Overall, we're seeing a bearish momentum on Great Britain pounds US dollar. You see, we're seeing the overall momentum on Great Britain pounds US dollar. But then this was the price that we were expecting a bullish momentum at a point in time. If you go back to the last analysis we had like 2-3 weeks ago, we're expecting a pull out from this zone because it looks more bullish right here. A little bit of bull momentum before we have the sell momentum. So this reaction is still going on right there, but ideally I'll still be expecting more bearish momentum on the Great Britain pounds US dollar. So on daily time frame, what that interpretation could be is to expect the price to still come lower to a price level like this in the future before I pick an opportunity for a buy. So if you look at this, I'm going to just look at to this perspective to create a balance like right here where we have this structure break and what other thing I'll be looking for, expecting the price to actually just move into that range like this price you're looking at right here. All right, I'll be expecting the price to just tap into it and sell off later. So basically I'm just going to keep this very simple as well. All I will be doing is to expect the price to do a little bit more bullish momentum to that price level before we have more sell energy right there on Great Britain pounds US dollar daily time frame perspective. And when you look at that, this will form something more meaningful, right? And this is what I'm just looking at. Okay, I don't know what you're saying, but this is what I am saying on the chart. Okay, let's see what we have on 4 hour time frame perspective. Let's zoom this out and let's complete this outlook right there. So we have something like this on the 4 hour time frame. Okay, starting with the weekly, sorry. On the weekly time frame perspective, yes, we've done the weekly. This is what we're looking at on weekly, right? This is Great Britain pounds US dollar. This is the weekly time frame perspective. This is the daily. I've thought about this already anyways. This is the daily time frame perspective right here, and this is the 4 hours. So let's go back to the 4 hours. Let's make it clear. So on the 4 hour time frame perspective, what we have here is quite simple. Might have little bullish momentum right there, and all of this price zone we're looking at, it's a very good spot for us as well to take a sell from, especially for a sell opportunity in the future. So this coincide with what we had on the higher time frame. But ideally, if I'm looking at this, I can be looking at this price level or looking at this price level. I think both of them carries almost equal possibility ratio for me. So I can just be looking at the first one right here, which is just around this price level. For those that will be trading on the lower time frame perspective, on this guy 1 hour time frame, for example, what can they be looking out for? Well, you can be expecting the price, the little fake out that starts the week most of the times, to actually give a little bit of opportunity for a price level like this, whereby you can expect the price to do something like this, come to the price level here, pick a buy from there, and from here we can talk about sell or not, or continuation of a buy before he starts selling. That is also very possible, but this is 1 hour time frame perspective. What are we saying? Expecting the price to still do a bit of retracement for intraday opportunity for 1 hour time frame. This is a very good spot for a buy right here. All right, seeing a massive candle like this, most of the time the price will just come back to take it out, and the price will reset, and that is what many traders will also look out for. But don't be just any other trader. Be yourself and trade what you see in the markets. Control your risk and manage your risk as much as you can, so in case the price didn't go your way, you don't have much to lose in the market. So that is that on that. I'm just going to bring up back. Okay, so this is what I have here on the 4 hour time frame perspective and the 1 hour time frame perspective. Let's go quickly to the AUD US dollar weekly time frame analysis, and let's see what we have. I said this guy has been ranging to the upside ever since. Weekly by weekly, he's been doing that. Last week was a bearish one for it. Overall, I was expecting it to get to this price level, which is currently about 445 pips to that price zone, but that's not a major issue now. What we had last week was a bearish candle which covered up for the entire bullish candle of the previous week. So for this week, what exactly are we expecting? Let's go to the lower time frame perspective, because this guy looks bearish right here, but just a little bit of bearish momentum before we have the buy, because it's looking bullish at the end of the day. So let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. So right here we have this moving right here, and this is just it's too massive. The ranging, the consolidation, the manipulation, the sweep, and what the price is just showing is just massive. Like, I can't deal with the range. I cannot deal with the range. So ever since I just went, let me just go straight to the point, okay? Ever since I've been waiting for the price to just get here, no matter what it wants to do, the price just gets into here, into this range, and when it does, this is the demand zone that I'm expecting the price to really move into. When the price does that, after this long momentum to the bullish side, you see how protected this low is and how they move towards this level, how they took out the previous high, how they took out the previous low, mitigating around that price level. Seriously, I will just be waiting for the price to come in here before I pick up a buy. So ideally, I had this zone before. I've drawn this for uh, a longer time now. If you've been following me ever since when the market was even around this price level, we had this zone right here. Or the time price was here, we had this zone. We talk about it almost every week. I'm expecting the price to get into here really before I pick up for a buy. All right. So that is the 4 hour time frame perspective that I'm having on AUD US dollar. So what could it be for the week on the 1 hour time frame perspective? Let's see. What could that be for the week on the 1 hour time frame perspective? If we are trading 1 hour, I have to remove this for one purpose so the chart is really clear. All right, if we are doing that, that means if you're trading intraday opportunity in the market, you can wait for the price to do a bit of selling to this level, and you can pick up your buy from there. Or if you have to wait, you can wait for the price to react to that level and break below here, and we can have a buy from here. This is also very possible. This is on 1 hour time frame perspective. I do more of higher time frame and 4 hour time frame, so it gives me time and patience level to anticipate all the play in the markets to be out before I take my conclusion. So that being clear, this is just for intraday opportunity. It's not for everyone. So back to the 4 hours where I belong. I'm going to look at the market from this perspective, and when I see the opportunity, yes, it's easier for me to go to a lower time frame for an entry, but rather I won't just sit and wait. I'm going to choose my bias, not necessarily on both sides. I prefer to move in one direction so that I'm not confused. When markets move in that direction, I know I am good to go. All right, that is that on AUD US dollar. And let's go to the USD card. Let's see what we have overall in the weekly time frame analysis. What's going on there? Let's see. Though so far, this guy remain bullish because over higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and currently it was on a bullish ride, it was on a bullish momentum zone right here when you pick up all of this by ranging inside of it for over 2 months now. I think yes, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That's over 9 weeks. That's more than 2 months. Okay, and currently it shows a bullish momentum for last week and it retraced a little bit. So what does that mean? We're still expecting more bullish momentum on this guy, and let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's see what we have on the lower time frame perspective, like the daily. Let's say the daily time frame. The daily we had, this is more of it's not a perfect evening star based on candlestick formation pattern at a level like this, which is an area of value. But then what we have was a massive bearish candle which closed below the previous week bullish candle and more than 50% of the previous week candle, which is the 3 weeks ago candle right here. This is the massive bearish momentum, and we can expect more bearish momentum before this guy we pick up for a buy. But ideally it's looking bullish though. But after we have so many buy opportunities like this in the market, what exactly should we be looking out for? All right, so look at this price level here, which is as almost retested. So what else can we be expecting? Let's look for where we have a liquidity in this price level, and let's see if this guy will go there, and we'll be targeting a buy from there. I will just be waiting for reaction if the price does go there. So let me just check this. Let me move it out completely. Okay, so what we have here is simple. On the daily time frame perspective, we can be looking at the USD card for a buy momentum overall. But currently with what we have there, it's more like it's going to do more sell into a price range before we have that buy. So where could that be? Coming, I want to bring it out. Okay, so we have a price level here, we have a price level here, we have a price level here. This is a bullish favor the gap zone. We had this before this high was taken out. Okay, so justifiably the bearish momentum we had now, we can expect more of it because the momentum was much in the market. So this is me, this is what I will be doing if I am taking this trade. This is what I'll be doing. All right, I'll be expecting the price to come into this range, and that's not really much. It's about 41 pips into this range right here. So this is what I'll be doing on the daily time frame perspective for USD CAD. And one of the reasons I will be looking out for that price is because it shows more bullish momentum, a possibility for a buy from there. All right, and the 4 hour time frame perspective that we had there was the reason why we're looking out for the market to get here. Okay, I can't really find it anymore, but ideally this is on 4 hour time frame perspective. This looked a little bit tricky, but then this is what I am seeing on the higher time frame. Okay, this is the outlook on higher time frame perspective. So this is 4 hour time frame, not really giving much energy, but I'm still seeing a bearish. Above that I'm seeing bearish, or probably the price comes into this range, but it's not a very good zone for me to expect the price to come into anyways. So I'll just leave this on the higher time frame perspective where I had it more clearer. And if I'm dealing with this on the lower time frame perspective, like 1 hour, where can I be expecting the price to pull out for when it comes to that liquidity zone? Okay, right here the price has done some fantastic movement to that level, and if I have to deal with this on the 1 hour time frame perspective, I really do not have much level to deal with. So ideally this is what I have on the daily time frame perspective. To be clear, this is what I have here, expecting the price into this range and pick up for a buy right here. So you can go to the price and transpose this on a lower time frame like this, on 4 hours, on 1 hour, on any time frame, and let's watch out how the price will play out. So that is that on the USD card. Let's see what we have on the USDJPY. Okay, expecting this at a point in time, this guy really blessed us. So far so well. This is a very good one, which I was expecting the price to get into this range before it starts selling, and that was on Friday. I shared this in the community that I'll be expecting a sell from this range, right? I was expecting a sell from this range, and it happened. So since then till now the market has done over 314 pips, and I shared this around 11 a.m. on Friday Nigerian time. So it's amazing to see the price really moving this way on USDJPY. Now, on the weekly time frame perspective, what exactly do we have on USDJPY? It's still looking bullish as well, because this is overall bullish, higher highs and higher lows signal momentum in the market. But so far so well. Let's see what the price has done here. It had a week to almost the equal level of this previous level here on the price range, and it showed a powerful shooting star candle at an area of value. What does this really mean? It shows more bearish momentum too. This is showing a bearish momentum. So where could that be? We can expect it to come to this price level, for example. We can expect the price to come to this price level to give us that bearish momentum before we have more bullish momentum right there on the weekly time frame perspective. But let's transpose that to another level. Let's go to the for daily time frame perspective and see what that means. This is massive, guys. This is really massive. So let's take out every other thing. I'm taking this out. So what we have here is a massive candle that's covered up for over 3 4 5 days in the market. 1 2 3 4 5. Now this is a massive candle, just one day candle. It delivered about 350 pips on average. Now, looking at that perspective, we can't expect the price to just move back upward and start creating higher highs and higher lows. This momentum is quite much. So, what can we be expecting from this momentum, therefore, is to see more bullish momentum or more bearish momentum rather into a price range that we can pull out a buy from. So, we're going to be buying at a discounted price level, and this is such a level on the weekly time frame perspective. From there to where the market price is right now, it's about 170 something pips currently. And if I have to look at this on the daily time frame perspective, just viewing it on the daily time frame perspective, that means I'll be looking at a price level like this as well. But this level has been mitigated because I'm looking at a liquidity zone whereby I can be expecting the price to go lower to these price levels before we have that buy. So that will justify why one of the reasons why I'll be expecting the price to buy from here. So expecting the price to take out this low right here, and when the price does, we'll be expecting the price to come into this range. It looks little, but on a weekly time frame perspective, it's not that small. All right, this is it right here. Expecting the price to come into this level. I want to make this guy straight a little. Okay, right here. Okay, so I want to see the price coming back into this range, then I'll be taking a buy from there. All right, this is the USDJPY outlook on the daily time frame perspective. On the 4 hour time frame perspective, let's see what we have. Ideally, after a long bearish momentum like this, we can be expecting the price to actually go long. Of course, we can be expecting the price to go long because this is massive. So most likely we can be having the price going as long as it's in this price level. There's a very good demand zone here, our supply zone here. We can be expecting the price to actually start selling from here, right? Start selling from here. We can wait and see the price doing that. That aside, above that price level, what we equally still have is an opportunity for more bearish momentum if we have a very good retracement. I mean, if the price can actually retrace into this price range like this, then we can have more bearish momentum, and then we can have the price doing the rest of that. But currently what we have, we're going to sit with it. We're going to deal with what we have on the price right now. We expect more bullish momentum or retracement, and after that retracement, then we can be looking for more short in the market. But ideally, we can wait for the price to get here. This is a very good one. We can wait for the price to actually get here. This is a very good zone to sell from in the future. After we had this massive bearish momentum, it's also important to wait for the price to give us a bullish energy just like this, coming to this price range, and we have more sell and tap into this level, and we have our buy overall. So basically we can expect the price to do this. This is on 4 hour time frame perspective. Look at this, we can expect the price to do just this on 4 hour time frame perspective. So ideally, this is what I have on the USDJPY, and let's keep it really simple. Now the last thing I'll talk about here is the gold. Currently, what do we have on gold? Massively, we have movement on gold last week, and then let's see what we have here. On the weekly time frame perspective, we have bullish momentum for gold last week, which did about 800 and something pips in total. Okay, 900 plus, sorry, 900 plus movement to the upside majorly. All right, at the beginning of the week it opened and went bearish for about 500 to 600 pips, and on Friday picked up significant buy momentum after the old fundamental outlook, and it did an entire movement of 960 pips in the market for last week overall. But this is just a price zone. The price has been stuck for a long time now on the gold weekly time frame analysis. Overall, with this outlook, therefore, with what we have here, it looks small. We are expecting more bullish momentum on gold for the next week. All right, we're expecting more bullish momentum. I will be waiting for more bullish momentum anyways, and this is on the daily time frame perspective. On the daily, look at what we have on the price level. Price has been rejecting this price zone for a while. It's been rejecting this price level. We look at the market from this perspective. On Tuesday, we have the reversal candle like this, which is for a buy momentum at an area value. This is called inverted hammer, right? And on Friday we have this long massive candle right there. This is not a bullish marubozu, but this has done about 800 pips on its own for that day, which closed the entire weekly candles. All right, it closed the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday candles, and we have it as a strong bullish momentum. So looking at this alone from this perspective, we can be expecting more bullish momentum on gold. In fact, it can take out its own all-time high this week as well. All right, you never can tell what the fundamental looks like, but I'm still looking at a very strong bullish momentum on gold right now. Okay, is it possible for the price to actually do a bit of retracement and gets to this price level before I start buying? I can't tell, but of course, if that happens, it is very good one, and I am going to still look forward to a buy momentum on gold. On 4 hour time frame perspective, what we have was very simple. At that same price level right there, we have the price doing a little bit of buy momentum, right? It has created some rejection candles right here, telling you the momentum is almost over, or the momentum is over. And we're looking at the price now. We have a bullish momentum, took out the previous high level right here. And when we have something like this in the market, it is also necessary, and it is also our duty as traders to look forward to a retracement if there is. And if there is none, well, we can wait for the price to continue buying. I'll be expecting the price to take out this high, to target this high for the week, and this is the outlook I have on gold for the week. All right, on the 1 hour time frame perspective, let's just break it down a little more. 1 hour time frame perspective, well, nothing to break down. I'm seeing the same opportunity, expecting more bullish momentum on gold. Peradventure, the price may not necessarily have to do this retracement, but ideally, it is good when you look and think in probability in the market. So, if I want to take that, if I want to really make that simple or a little bit simpler, I can just do something like this. Expect the price to do a little bit of retracement into this price range, maybe probably a gap into the market at the opening of the market for the week. Have something like this on the 1 hour time frame, of course, and this level is where I'll be expecting the price to get into, like here, expecting the price to get to this high level. Okay, expecting the price to get here. All right. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I have on gold, and this is the end of this weekly outlook. Like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow forex enthusiasts. It's a wonderful time. I believe the week will be a fantastic one for you and I. And let's try proper risk management so we can enjoy the best benefit in the market. God bless you. See you again in the course of the week. Have a wonderful week ahead of you. Bye for now.